Millions saw footage of the brutal arrest that ended George Floyd's life. Millions protested for justice afterwards. And today, millions are saying goodbye to the man who ignited a global anti-racism movement. Floyd's funeral is being held in his hometown of Houston 15 days after he was killed. Family, friends, civil rights leaders and politicians are attending the service. It's also being live streamed across the US and the world. Floyd died in Minneapolis after a police officer knelt on his neck for nearly 9 minutes. All 4 officers involved in the arrest in that arrest have been sacked and now face criminal charges. The Reverend Al Sharpton will lead the service before George Floyd is laid to rest beside his mother. Music filled the church of Praise the Fountain as the ceremony began.
Everyone in this room, if we can, just center our love around this family, because I know what it means to hurt, to have a loved one to leave. So we stand here and celebrate his life. But I want to leave you with these words. Be not dismayed. Whatever betide, oh Lord.
Well, let's cross to our reporter Andy Rosen, who is outside that Houston church where the funeral is taking place now. Hello there to you, Andy. Now, this service is moving, a moment to reflect. What's the mood where you are right now?
Well, it was quite a scene, Isabel, a few minutes ago as a huge crush of people started arriving here at the church. Attendees, hundreds of them inside, some wearing all black, some wearing all white, as really a way to reference that this is a hopeful sign, maybe this country is moving in the right direction after the death of George Floyd. There's a huge amount of media here as well from all over the world for this event. And actually, as attendees were waiting to get inside, there were prayers that were breaking out spontaneously. One woman led a very loud prayer as they waited to get inside. She talked about how this is going to be a positive thing going forward, making his death so that it's not in vain. She also got a little political, said that let's go to votes in November and vote out a certain person in Washington, D.C. So it's a mix of all that today, a bit of defiance and anger lingering, but still a lot of optimism as well. Isabel?
Andy, a sense of hope then, and some high-profile figures also joining the family members.
Certainly, this is a private funeral, but it certainly doesn't feel that way. There are celebrities inside, including actor Jamie Foxx, who arrived privately here. The boxer, famous boxer, Floyd Mayweather, is here as well. He actually is paying for all of this. There are high-profile politicians, members of Congress. The mayor of Houston is here as well, and civil rights folks are here. And in fact, they invited a number of family members of black men who have been killed by police around the U.S. in high-profile incidents in the last few years, really to kind of make a point that maybe this killing of George Floyd will hopefully be one of the last that we'll ever see of that. And of course, Isabel, the most important attendee of all, arrived right back there in that hearse, George Floyd's body that arrived a couple hours ago.
Andy, as you were saying, there is a sense now in the US that this could be a turning point, that the US might be beginning to turn its back on what can be called systemic racism.
Right, and I talked to one woman this morning who said, we thought the other incidents of police killing of black men would be a change agent. They weren't. We thought that the Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, Rosa Parks and the bus boycotts in Alabama in the 1960s, and those who ran the Underground Railroad to get slaves to safety. We thought things were moving in the right direction, she said, but apparently we moved backward. But a lot of people here say that this is the one. It has to be the one, they say, that gets the country moving in a better direction with race relations. And really, Isabel, the whole city of Houston has really made this a huge day. This has been proclaimed George Floyd Day in Houston, and the city is lit up at night with the colors of the high school that he went to here. He was a football player for them. So it's not just the legacy that he's leaving behind here, but the man himself, who they're all remembering inside.
Okay, well, Andy Rosen for us in Houston, many thanks.